All right, so today we're taking a look at a case that's brand new from this company. This company usually makes leather cases, but this time they finally made one that wraps around the entire phone in complete leather without any TPU. And of course, we are talking about the Nomad traditional leather for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, huge shout out to Nomad for sending this over to me to review for you guys. The price on this case is $59, and of course, all links are down in the description below for you to check it out for yourself. So let's take a look. Now, starting off with the packaging, very classic Nomad packaging here. You get the brand right there, picture of our case, traditional leather case for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. And you get a little more information here on the back. Sustainably sourced full grain leather, full wrap leather design, tactile aluminum buttons, and MagSafe and wireless charge compatible. Now this is full grain leather, so this is going to patina over time. Here's day 1, here's day 100. So enough of that, let's go ahead and get into the box, which of course all you are greeted with is just your case. So starting off with the back of the case, you do have that full grain material here, the full grain leather material. You are going to get a polycarbonate camera ring right there. And then on the inside, you're going to be getting this nice felt-like material with your MagSafe magnet here. And you can also sort of see the alignment magnet imprint right there, as well as a little bit of Nomad branding. Now, the back of the case, real quick, one thing about it is it's gonna smell like leather. When you take it out, it has that slight leather smell, but it is gonna be a full grain leather, which we will talk about again a little bit later on in the video. But the fact is that even though this may not feel as leathery as some of the other cases or have as strong of a smell as some of the other leather cases, it is a full grain, full real leather case. So that's definitely something to note about this case. Now, like I said, it doesn't necessarily feel like a full grain leather case. So it has like that slight bit of little like almost too soft of a material to feel like it is leather. But I did look at their website. They do say it is full grain leather. And of course, after a little while, some of the finger oils will get in there and it'll start to feel a little bit better as well. But it doesn't by any means feel bad in the hand. Now, like I said, on the inside, there's that. And you're going to get that full grain leather material going all the way around the inside of the case. Your metal buttons do have a slight little film right there. So I'm trying to get that to focus to show you guys a little bit of a film right there if you can see it. And same thing for your power button right there. So let's go ahead and weigh this thing, see how much it weighs, how thick it is, all that, and we'll go from there. So starting off, we are, I think in grams, yeah. In grams, 36 grams right there. And then when it comes to the size of this, we're looking at 11.4 millimeters front to back, and then inside to outside 2 millimeters. So not going to be a thick or a heavy case at all. It actually feels a little bit thinner than a lot of other leather cases on the market. Weight-wise, it's a little bit lighter, and it definitely feels, like I said, a little bit thinner in your hands. As soon as I put this on, I noticed that it definitely has like a little bit of a lighter and a thinner feel than like the Andar Aspen, the Ryan London, the Bull Strap leather cases, all those. So that's definitely something that, especially if you're looking for a thinner leather case, this may be the one for you, but hold on. We'll get to that in a little bit. We'll get to the one big flaw this thing has. So anyways, that is going to be that. Let's go ahead and bring over our natural titanium 16 Pro Max. We'll put it in here and let's listen out for that click. Pretty decent click onto the phone. You are going to have a pretty good fit. Let's go going around the sides. Pretty good there. Towards the bottom. Good. Let's check out those corners. 1, good. 2, 3, and 4. Now, this bottom right corner does come off a little tiny bit easier than what I would like to see, but it does still kind of feel pretty secure. You do have to give it a little bit of push with your finger to get that off, but I would definitely like to see that tightened up a little bit. Like the rest of the corners, that would be just fine. And of course, bottom is good, and so is the top. Now, let's take a look at that screen and camera protection. Let's wipe this down real quick. There we go. Now, starting off, I am using a full coverage tempered glass screen protector, and you don't really get any screen lip here. Now, when you do set it down, that is going to be rubbing against the edges of the case as opposed to your screen protector, but I would be very careful depending on which surface you are setting this down on. Any like not completely smooth surface will probably scratch up your screen or your screen protector, so definitely keep that in mind. But taking a look at that camera protection, There we go. You get a decent camera bump right there, so you can set this down on most surfaces and you'll be good to go. But don't forget that this is leather, so it's going to show your little nicks, dings, scratches, and all that, which in my opinion does build a little bit of character with the case. After, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 days, it's going to look a little bit different and it's going to look really good, but also going to have those scratches and nicks and dings, but that just adds character to the leather. Don't let that discourage you from any leather case. So let's take a look around the sides. Starting off at the top, we are closed in. On the left-hand side, you're going to get your very nice metal buttons here, as well as the rest of it being closed in and a little bit of Nomad branding. Now, one thing I really like about these buttons, two things actually. One is that the action button and the power button have a different texture, and two is look at how protruding those buttons are. I love that, so you can really feel which buttons you're clicking, which let's listen to how these sound. Very nice clicky buttons, zero complaints when it comes to those. I love that they included the texture on the two other buttons that aren't volume, so you know what buttons you're clicking when it's in your pocket. Moving along to the bottom, you're going to get your accurate microphone and speaker cutouts and a decently open USB Type-C port, which let's go ahead and bring over a cable here real quick. We'll plug this in. There we go, we're charging. And if you guys can see, it does fit in there, but top to bottom in the USB-C port, it's going to be a little bit more narrow. So just be careful with some of your thicker head cables, but most of them should fit in there really with no issues. And then moving on to the right-hand side. Come on, Nomad. I mean, this case, it's a little bit pricey. Let's just take a step back for a second. Case is a little bit pricey, right? 60 bucks. Okay, just write that off in the corner. But to have that big old nasty cutout right there, come on. You guys have been doing the cases for at least have a rounded in cutout. In my opinion, I think that these kinds of cutouts are the worst just because, number one, you get zero coverage right here on this edge. So if you were to hit this against something perfectly in there, you're going to scratch up your phone. This $1,000, $1,200 phone that you're buying that you have, depending on which gigs you have, which storage you have, this thing may end up getting scratched up, and I hate that. A case is meant to protect at least from scratches, and this fails to do that right here. So accessing the camera control button, of course, is going to be very easy because you got such a huge opening. No issues there, of course not, because you do have the actual camera control button here. But Nomad, if you guys are listening, this is the fatal flaw of this case. If you can fix this, especially, let me talk to you, especially if you can give us a camera control button that works well, this thing, you might have something on your hands with this. The other cases, they're good as well. They have their standard test of time, especially the rugged. You have that. That's a nice protective case. You have the modern leather where it's going to have the TPU around the sides, all that. But I really would love to see that fixed. And that's where the one huge issue comes into play, as you guys saw the title of the video, because that is a problem. I would love to see that taken care of. And of course, you do have your power button right there. That's good to go. So, B, what are your thoughts about this case? How do you feel? How does the case feel? You guys know how I feel about the camera control cutout. I just told you. So, the bottom of the case is good, which compares to the Nomad. I've used the Nomad modern leather a lot before, and that TPU always kills my pinky here. Holding it is kind of uncomfortable. Whereas with this case, you do not have that issue, which I love to see that. That makes me really happy. I've been using this the last few days and had no problems there. First, when you put it on, it's going to be a little bit slippery. But like I said, I've been using it and it has gotten significantly less slippery ever since I've been using the case. But other than that, it's been pretty good to use. I do wish it had a better fit on there and a better screen lip. But for a leather case, I can kind of get rid of the screen lip aspect a little bit because not all leather cases are really meant to be protective. Like I said, you do have their rugged case. You can also get the modern leather case. That'll be more protective. This one's just meant to look good, protect you from little scratches, nicks, and dings. So let's go ahead and get to the MagSafe test. We'll test how the MagSafe works on here, give our final thoughts, and we'll get out of here. So let's go ahead and start off with our Apple MagSafe wallet. We'll attach that. There's going to be your animation. And with this MagSafe, it's not going to be the best MagSafe in the world. This smooth leather on this smooth leather, especially because the MagSafe on the Nomad traditional leather isn't as strong as some other cases, it may not be a super secure fit for your MagSafe wallet, so do just be careful with that. Then bringing along our Apple, oh, dropped that almost. Bringing along our Apple MagSafe battery pack, charging right now, no animation, whatever. We'll go ahead and take this. I feel it slipping. Jeez. All right. So this thing, you know, got to be careful. Now, nobody's going around and shaking this or, you know, doing all this stuff that I'm doing. Just for the video, I like to do that stuff. But in your everyday uses, let's be honest, it's working just fine with the MagSafe battery pack right now. And even realistically, if we bring over an Apple MagSafe wallet or whatever other MagSafe wallet, it'll work for the most part, really with no issues. Just be kind of careful putting it in and out of your pocket and stuff. But it's going to be just fine for your everyday uses. But just to bring over our Anchor 623, let's go ahead and attach that. And it's having a little bit of a difficult time holding that up. The slightest movement of my wrist, I can't even fully get it to hold all the way up. So your car mounts and everything like that, if you hit a bump, unless you have a super strong MagSafe car mount, may be a little bit of an issue with this case when it comes down to it. On your nightstand, you'll be fine. Your battery packs, your wallets, for the most part, you'll be fine. Just be a little bit careful. But I would like to see a stronger magnet, of course, in this case. You guys know we love strong MagSafe. Unfortunately, this one is not the best MagSafe. Will it still work and, you know, work on your everyday use cases? Absolutely. So let's talk about a few of the colors real quick. Now, it's going to come in this black. It's also going to come in brown and English tan. So you get a few different colors to choose from. It does also come in the Horween leather version for $79, so an extra 20 bucks. But what do I think about this case? Is it worth it? Do I recommend it to you? I would definitely go with a different full grain leather case over this one because of a few things. Number one, the huge cutout. Absolutely. Huge issue for me. Number two, the MagSafe is a little bit weaker than where I would like. I understand with a leather case may not be as easy, but there are other cases for around the same price point, maybe a little bit more, but that are significantly better. For example, let's take a look at these that I have right here. We're gonna have the Ryan London and the Andar Aspen right here. So both of these cases, the Ryan London is going to be 72 bucks, but I do have a discount code for this. It's going to take 10% off. So that brings it not too far from this $60 price point here. Then you have this one, which is right now, I believe, on sale, the Andar Aspen, for 48 bucks, but normally it's $60. So on here, you're going to get better MagSafe. You're going to get a nicer leather feel. Let's just do both of these. Nicer leather feels. You're going to get a metal camera ring and buttons. You're going to get a completely closed-in camera control button with an actual button there, both of which of these work very well, the Ryan London and the Andar Aspen. And all around, you're just going to get what feels like better leather quality. Now, no complaints with the buttons here. These are also going to offer you better screen protection when it comes down to it for around the same price point. So just know, this is still a decent leather case. It's not bad by any means, but it does have some issues that really need to be addressed. The camera control button, the fit, the MagSafe, a little bit of a screen lip would be nice, but you do have other options out there. However, if you're a diehard Nomad fan and you just want a full grain, full coverage leather case, yeah, this one's not bad, especially if the cutout doesn't bother you. I can recommend it to you, but if you just want a top quality leather case for around the same price point, definitely check one of these two out. Let me know what you guys think about the Nomad traditional leather case down in the comments below. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. That goes a really long way for me and allows me to consistently make these videos for you. And if you guys want to see my full review of the Andar Aspen with that camera control button, I'll leave that video right here. And if you guys want to see my full review of the Ryan London with that camera control button, that video is going to be right here.